I think my favorite part of getting a new game is seeing how it presents itself. Being a good game is subjective, but I feel that all the best-selling games over the years are so good because they have a perfect blend of three categories, right? Story, gameplay, and setting. A story can be so good that it overshadows any gameplay issues it has. The same could be said for the other way around. A weak story to a game can be overlooked if the gameplay is either polished or straight up fun enough. No one is playing Rocket League because of its lore, just as no one is playing a Telltale game to enjoy a well-made gameplay loop. People don't play Dark Souls in order to save Knight Solaire from his inevitable demise. They play it because they like the unforgiving combat system, and because it feels great when you kill a zealous ganker and get to show that fucking dumbass the point down emote after you lure him out with a Pokeball that taunts him with the
Hello!
or a
Very good!
that last aspect, setting, isn't really as important to games, but sort of gives the game a sense of direction, a context to the game that makes it make sense. Now, would you play a game just like Dark Souls in every way, except it's Candyland, and all of your weapons are a form of giant purple dildos from Saints Row? Actually, as I'm writing this, I realize I would totally play that. So, I guess the answer is maybe, but would it really be as popular as it is now if that were the case? I'd argue fuck no. Are you stupid? There's no way IGN is gonna cover that shit back in 2009. Hell, I'd argue any critic would just give it mediocre reviews. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. Not saying that a silly setting wouldn't work. Hell, Fall Guys is blowing up right now. That's because the context of it being a party game with a battle royale in a short, sweet, bingeable setting that you could totally do with a group of friends in Discord makes sense for it. Now, what's the most important part of a setting? Even arguably as important as environment and time period. The damn soundtrack. Now, a soundtrack to video games, or how us Megamind 300 IQ Big Hog educated gamers like to call it, the OST, are my favorite part of any game. If I start your game, and I physically can't stop playing it because my ears are holding me for hostage listening to the main menu theme like a shortcake on a plate of a galactic planet killer whose tyrannic gluttony knows no bounds and has seemingly infinite reserves of power that he likes to expand, taking literal stars on joyrides, then I already know I'm in for a good time. Enter Risk of Rain 2, an indie title that blew up and took the roguelike genre by storm. Again, the story aspect of Risk of Rain 2 is lacking, and if you wanted to get any sort of lore out of it, you would have to go through the dialogue on the item screen. However, being a third-person roguelike, that gameplay aspect caught the attention of many. Even though the gameplay loop is very apparent and literally just that, people still stick around and play it. Now, I can't speak for anyone else, but really hooked me personally was that cream of the crop, rosemary sprinkling, mwah, of an OST. The setting takes place in a distant alien planet, so of course the music's going to be electric, with a spacey sort of ambience to it. However, it also has a sort of hypey, shoot-in-the-goddamn-face vibe that Doom has. You listen to it, starting off slow and gradually building up like a damn prog rock song into a beautiful climax. Side note, the devs didn't add the climax part to every song before its loop, and it's a fucking shame. You're constantly either dying or progressing, and going through the same areas, and each area has its own tune that you can jam out to. Yeah, it loops, but it never gets repetitive and boring like a JRPG or an MMO might. Not saying those genres don't have good music, hell, I mean, Courtside of WoW, RuneScape as a whole, that shit's great. But, I find myself getting bored eventually hearing the 300th loop of Final Fantasy IV's Overworld theme, you know what I'm saying? I've never felt that way with Risk of Rain 2, and it's also not like there's one song that's better than every other one, like, you know, Ezio's Family in Assassin's Creed, which gets like a new remake of it every game. Each person I asked that's played the game has a different one. Favorite song, that is. The Serene Into the Doldrums. hyped and fast-paced Terra Pluvium. And the groovy The Rain, formerly known as Purple. Chris Toadaloo, however you say your name. Sorry, I'm just bad at names, and that name is Chris Toadolo? Whatever, you're a damn genius. And that's it. That's pretty much the video. One important thing I should mention is that the entire OST has been updated with the official release of the game. It's great, and the composer added a lot of extra subtle shit. So check it out if you haven't opened up in a while or want to hear what the hell I've been on about. Peace-o!